Pozdrav svima, I'm Oto Moto, and today we are playing War Thunder Ground Forces. Now, this is a replay of a match I played recently with my friend Ivan. It's not Ivan, we are from Croatia, remember? And War Thunder is, well, if you don't know, it's like it's a game with warplanes and tanks from the Second World War. And we're playing simulator battles, so it's supposed to be like really realistic as opposed to World of Tanks, and it is to some extent. Here we are pushing. I think the map is Eastern Europe, and I'm in the yellow Pz Bfw, or some kind of a command vehicle. It's not doesn't have a lot of armor, and that's a premium vehicle. And Ivan is in the cap right now, just across the street, and he's also in the, well, basically in the same tank, just not the premium version. And the premium version is not in any way better than the normal. In fact, it's quite worse. It has only a couple of degrees of the turret traverse, as you can see. And this is my friend Ivan. And as you can see, his tank also has some better side armor, although those plates don't really help. They were supposed to stop the heat shells, the high explosive shells coming from the side. And at this point, we are the first in the cap circle. It's the white circle on the ground, you can see. And he's basically capping the circle, and I'm just behind him, trying to cover his approach, his capping, and he's turned towards the place where we expect the enemy to come from. Oh, wrong tank. Okay, this is me again. And this was a really cool match. Lots of action. Now, you can see down there in the street, just in front of you, and I can see something moving. And this is a replay, unfortunately, so you don't get to see everything as I did in the game. It's a bit glitchy. But there we go, it's a KV-2, and I start firing at his turret. And I think I didn't do much damage with the first shot, but the KV-2 is a Russian heavy tank armed with a 152mm cannon that can one-shot me, even if he just glances at me, so I'm not getting shot by him. And that was Ivan for a moment, and now I'm gonna see what I can do about that KV-2, looking through the little fence. And I put one right under the turret, and there's the Pz IV Bfw. And I keep firing at the KV-2 because I'm really afraid of the KV-2. And at this point I got his gunner and I think a loader or something in the turret. The bullet goes right through the tank, and when you really play you can see it in the replay, instant replay, and you know you killed the gunner and he cannot fire anymore. So I'm shooting right now at the Pz IV Bfw, but it's not doing any damage. He has a really good turret. I think like 90mm at the front. I'm trying to hit the commander's hatch. And this is Ivan again. I was trying to record what was happening from multiple cameras here. And I think I was telling him, you know, the KV-2 is probably going to go around you. Need to watch out. But also he has this other guy in front of him, and I can only cover him from one side. So it was a little bit of my mistake, I guess. Now I know what's gonna happen. This is my camera again, and I'm looking. Just remember, this is simulator battles. While I was playing, I didn't have access to this camera, only to the gun camera and this camera here, right here. That's all I can see. So I'm not sure what's trying to get a shot on that T-34 and chase him away. Okay, he's backing off. He had enough. There's Ivan on the left side. And look closely, you will spot the KV-2 that's starting to go around. And at this point I'm screaming at Ivan, there's a KV2 flanking you, get the fuck out. But if I remember correctly, he got killed from the hill. So yeah, I couldn't get it on camera in time. So now I have a gigantic KV2 coming at me, but his gunner is dead. And I don't know really where to shoot this thing. And I'm asking you, and he's like, under the turret, under the turret. And there you go, he died. See, under the turret is the weakest spot in the armor, and just behind that there are armor racks and everybody basically from the crew. And when you put a shot into there, it's dead. And in simulator betas, dead tanks do not despawn, they just like stand there. And you can shoot them thinking that they are alive, but since you don't get the instant replay thing, you know that they are actually dead, so it confuses you for a little. And the Pz IV is trying to flank me at this point. He was in the same alley, he went around, and the problem with my Bfw wagon is it's so slow. And I'm trying to chase him around the block, get on his tail, but yeah, he was much faster, he was behind me, and I got one shot planted into my ass. And by the explosion, I guess it hit the ammo rack, so my ammunition exploded. And I only carry a little bit of ammunition. This is Ivan again. I'm still playing, we have a 2 response, so I also respawn, but I'm showing you his camera. He's killing this KV1, and the problem with the replay is, unfortunately, it's not showing you the KV, just showing you my friend. So anyway, they killed the KV1. KV1 is basically the same chassis as the KV2, but with a different turret and a different gun. And they were actually just called KV. I think World of Tanks is the game that first introduced the 1 and 2 marks to differentiate between the 2 turrets. And this is my camera that I have to use when I'm playing. And we are pushing across the river again, and we know they're gonna try to stop us at the bridges. So I'm frantically looking on my left, see if there they are, and opla! Nearly died there. It's a T-34-57, and I got stuck on this stupid railing, and I'm screaming to Ivan, get him on the side. You can see Ivan on the shore over there. And I cannot get unstuck, and this is a real big problem, so I'm trying to move around, and finally I managed to unwedge myself from this thing. And now, obviously, I'm finding out that Ivan doesn't have, see, there he is. He doesn't know where the enemy is, and doesn't have an angle on him, so it's all about me. And now I find out I cannot shoot through this railing, so I move up, take a hit for some weird reason, and die. And I'm trying to shoot into his floorboards, because all the ammo is the Russian tanks is stored in the floor. And doesn't go. Now I'm trying to hit under his turret, and think I hit the upper glacis, so nothing. Trying even more under the turret, maybe. Yes, off with his head. There goes the ammo rack, and that's the prettiest sight there is. Oh man, T-34s don't have a lot of armor. My gun punctures 100 and something millimeters of armor from this distance, but he has 45 millimeters of armor, but it's so sloped. It's like a turtle, and the shells just slide off, and you cannot have you need to have a nice angle to shoot through them. And remember, tanks always have the thicker armor at the front. So we are back at Ivan, and now we know that they only have 2 tanks left, because the statistic page tells us that. And he's pushing up, and I think he knows at this point that yeah, they only have 2 tanks. Pz IV Bfws, so these are really strong tanks. And he's pushing up on the one guy, because he just seen the shot come out. This is where I was just before. You will, unfortunately, the replay will not show you the tank now. He just shot it, and there's the tank. And unfortunately, Ivan's, I think, driver or the engine, something got destroyed on his tank, and he's completely immobilized. He's still alive, but his crew is dead, and the engine died, and Ivan gets killed, unfortunately. Now I know where they are, because Ivan told me on the TeamSpeak. And I'm pushing as fast as I can, and I really don't know how I'm gonna do this, but I'm hoping for the best. It's a tough decision just to push on to 3485s, and I'm pre-aiming my turret here because you can see this thing turns so slowly. It takes ages to turn, so I come around this way, and ta-da, there he is, side shot under the turret. I'm trying to hit the ammo rack, and there's the other guy. He's trying to, I don't know what the hell, and I want to get him also. So I put one shot into his engine, set him on fire, and I have them both. They are still alive at this point. So the first one gets another gun bullet under the turret, and he's pretty much disabled, but this guy's still alive. So I put another one into his engine. So, trying to kill this one. There's some ammo in the turret, and this shot finally kills him. And I just sent my artillery on him, and he managed to turn the turret and shoot me. And I'm really screaming because I have all sorts of damage, including my driver is dead, everything in the tank is almost broken. And I just called the artillery strike on this guy that's already burning. So I pull back, and the artillery strike falls on him. And finally I kill him, so they are both dead, and this is this was a great moment in gaming. So that's it for the ground forces, Wartime the ground forces replay, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. Next time I promise I'm gonna shoot this thing live, so you can hear us screaming, shouting, or the Croatian curse words and everything. It's gonna be fun, and the image is gonna be a lot better. But if you're interested in this kind of content for my channel, just speak up and like the video and all the other lovely stuff. Thank you guys. See you later. Goodbye.